Over the season, we've been following the OSU student farm and the production that's being grown there. Today, we are here at Our Daily Bread, joined by Rachael Condley, who is the director. And now we're getting to see where all that produce is going. So,
Yeah.
Rachel, thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here.
So, tell us a little bit about Our Daily Bread.
So Our Daily Bread is a food and resource center. Our mission is feeding our community collaboratively and providing connections that enable lasting change. So obviously we're here in the food part.
Yes.
So we are modeled like a small grocery store where anyone experiencing food insecurity throughout Payne County can come and select groceries for their household once a month.
Okay. And so who all do you serve?
We serve everyone in Payne County. Anyone that comes in and says they need groceries gets to shop.
Okay.
So it's a really beautiful thing. We don't want asking for help to be anything that is embarrassing or hard, even though we know it is.
Right.
So we try to normalize it as much as possible, have music playing, make this obviously bright and upbeat. And then self-selecting groceries, we believe, provides a lot of dignity and also reduces waste because people are picking exactly what they can use in their household.
Okay. Well, and obviously you have a lot of shelf-stable stuff. But
Right.
something that's always been a need is fresh produce.
Yes.
Right. So tell us a little bit about how this collaboration came about with the OSU Student Farm.
Sure. So Dr. Justin Moss, who is the department head for horticulture and landscape architecture, he is a friend of Our Daily Bread, has been since the very beginning in 2017. He helps us a lot with our community garden here on site, which is a 1/4 acre. Our mission for that is production and education, but obviously on a 1/4 acre, we're pretty limited. So when I came on in 2021, he and I met up several times so that we could get acquainted. And he asked me once, like, you know, do you have all the produce that you need at Our Daily Bread? I said, no, we run out every session. We have to limit it for our guests. People always want more fruits and vegetables. And I'm a dietitian. That's where my heart is. I want to give them more fruits and vegetables and not day old donuts, you know?
Right.
So he said, I want to show you something. And so at one of our meetings, he showed me the land that he had thought for years might be good for the project he had in mind. And we started talking about what maybe needed to happen to make that happen. And here we are.
Yeah. And so you got a lot of produce this season. This is the
produce.
first season to actually
Right.
kind of reap the benefit of that, right?
Right.
So, and next year it's even growing more.
I know. And I am so ready. So, you know, before we have a mobile market program. Obviously, not everyone throughout Payne County can get to us. So people with transportation difficulties, we go out every Wednesday afternoon to different communities in Payne County, and we weren't able to take any fresh produce before. So now since the student farm, we take student farm produce to mobile market. We stock it in all of our satellites, including one on OSU's campus for the OSU family. And then we're able to have so much more to offer here as well.
And what are you hearing from your customers about the fresh produce?
Oh, they're in love with it. We've gotten, so social media is kind of a tricky thing. You know, some comments aren't always compliments. A lot of times they're constructive criticism. But when we started getting in the bulk of the student farm produce in the summer, we had people reaching out to us with pictures of what they were able to make with the produce that they got here. We had one lady specifically reach out and said her husband has cancer. They have to watch what they eat. She tries really hard to give him all the healthy foods possible, and how the produce had been such a blessing to them because she could have so much. She could freeze and store, she could juice it, and just for their health. She was so incredibly thankful. So those are the kind of comments we're getting now, which is incredible.
That's amazing. And healthier food than some of those stores, you know, the shelf stable stuff.
Exactly.
Right?
Or even, you know, you take canned food, high in sodium, usually kind of concentrated,
Right.
which, you know, is definitely something to feed your family, but you can even add produce to things like that. So making it a healthier option is just, it's been so great.
Well, and you guys obviously provide a lot of food to the whole county here in Payne County, but also you provide other resources. Tell us a little bit about some of those other resources.
Absolutely.
That you
So that's the second part of our mission, providing connections that enable lasting change. So since the student farm produce, we've been able to partner much more than before with OSU Extension to provide cooking classes and samples and demonstrations with the produce that we have. Also gardening classes. We provide classes on budgeting and finance. We did an early childhood parenting class this week. We host the Baby Mobile from Infant Crisis Services. Payne County Health Department comes a lot for different educational things, STI testing, things like that. So those are the resources we want to connect our guests to while they're here, because often, you know, once you get here, when in the moment of stress, you're thinking, okay, I need food for my family. But then when they get here, we want to be able to provide them other things here,
Right.
so that they don't have to go searching all over town or looking for what else they need or thinking 3 steps ahead of what they need today.
Right. And cooking class is an important part of that too, because
Oh,
I
yeah.
know a lot of times it's like, okay, I have this whatever product and I don't know what to do with this necessarily. So
Exactly.
you're providing them with those resources to actually utilize it.
Exactly. We met with Linda and Matt, the farm managers, before they ever started growing and planting. And we said, okay, they said, what do your guests want? So we had a survey that kind of showed the most popular fruits and vegetables for this region, honestly. But then we had to balance that with, okay, but what's hardy crops? What's going to have a long shelf life so we have it for a long time?
Right.
So one of those things, for example, was spaghetti squash. But a lot of people don't know exactly what to do with it. They wanted to take it, but then you get it home and you're like, what? So that's where Extension came in and did several prep classes and then some samples of a couple of different recipes for our guests before they shopped, so they could see, like, hey, here's some ideas on what you could do with it.
That's amazing. Well, and I know as we head into the holiday season, a lot of times people's mind sort of shifts and think about how they can help and serve their community.
Yeah.
But this isn't just a thing for the holidays. This is a year-round thing and a year-round need. How can people get involved any time of the year?
Yeah, so specifically around here, we say hunger isn't just on the holidays. That's kind of our key word, but we obviously do need sometimes more help in the holidays. Specifically for us, our OSU community kind of vacates during Christmas break. And so you can go to our website. Anyone can call and pick any extension and leave a message that you want to help, and I promise we will get back to you. But yeah, we have more shoppers during the holidays and then also lower numbers of volunteers typically. So we can usually make those volunteer shifts work. Even if you and your family can come for an hour or two, it makes a huge difference.
And it's everything from like stocking shelves to,
Exactly.
donating paper bags and plastic sacks for shopping, right?
Egg cartons, all kinds of things that we take all the time. Obviously monetary donations, but time. You can go to our website and go to our Get Involved tab, and there's give food, give time, give money. Lots of different options on how you can help. Not everybody can be a shopping assistant, nor do they want to be, but I promise we've got a place for you.
Well, Rachel, I know Our Daily Bread is very Payne County focused, but there's people all across the state that can help. Where should they go to get involved in their local community?
Absolutely.
Food resource?
Yeah. So one great resource for finding organizations that help people is 211.
Okay.
You can call, or they do have a website. If you go there, you can see a list of resources in your area. And if you want to help, you give them a call. I promise you they won't turn you away.
All right. Thank you so much, Rachel.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
this. We hope you enjoyed this video as part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on the OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.